Today on Unpacked, we're going to look at some headache medicine. Oh, I've got a headache. So we took a look at this brand just a while ago when they were a direct consumer brand sold only online. We kind of took a look at their reusable, refillable packaging model, and we've got a little update for you. This brand, like so many others that are doing pretty well online, they ultimately move into retail, into brick and mortar, because there's huge opportunity for growth. While lots happening online, more is still happening in the stores. So these couple packs here, let's dig in and take a look. Oh, it's probably worth mentioning. Cabinet is the name of the brand. This here is a refillable glass bottle with 120 caplets in it. There's a game that private label plays when they are trying to get you to buy their product versus, let's say, a name brand product. And this brand does it in an interesting way. If you look at this, it says Cabinet, extra strength Tylenol. And you've got this hierarchy of language and messaging based off of the size of the characters. Underneath Cabinet, the next largest thing on here says extra strength Tylenol, which would lead you to believe that's what's in it. Very small letters above it, it says compares to the active ingredient in extra strength Tylenol. A lot of brands would say the same thing. They would say compares to extra strength Tylenol somewhere on the pack. Usually not quite as big as this. They did the same thing here on this pouch. Are they playing a little too close to the fire? I don't know. That's for lawyers to determine, not me. But the rest of this pack here, they've got this little window in it so you can see that kind of nice, really pretty frosted glass bottle. Got some nice embossing in here. Overall, like a nice little package. And this is one of the things that surprises me. There is a huge dead space inside of this pack. And a flap that fills that dead space in there. However, there isn't a lot of headspace in their glass bottle. I don't know what their rationale was, if they were trying to match the height of competitive product, which is a lot of cases the way that some of these things are sold is based on kind of a visual aesthetic and height. And so they want to match the height of extra strength Tylenol so it doesn't look like you're getting less. It looks the same, you'll at least stop and read the pack. I don't know if that's why they did it. That's a big assumption, but I understand. There's a lot of print going on the inside that I'm assuming you'd have to cut here to learn more, it says, and rip this side of the package open. But they're really playing this kind of keeping your medicine cabinet free of single-use plastic. Once this bottle is empty, refill again and again with a compostable cabinet refill pouch. The jar itself, we've covered this before. It's a glass jar with a really robust plastic closure that is child resistant. And then on the top of it, there's this little metal plate that tells you what's in it. It has the instructions for that right here on the back of that plate. And that plate just very satisfyingly magnets into place. Really well designed. Let's jump over to their refill pack that you would use to refill this. This is the same number of caplets these pills are here, 120. This is a pouch that is really playing up compostability. So it says it can be composted. It talks about how it is certified for Lomi, which is like a desktop composter for home use. It's certified for residential composting, for industrial and municipal composting. So they've really done a good job at however this film was formulated to do all that. I'm curious if things like the zipper or this really difficult to open. All right, this zip strip needs some work. That's crazy. Anyway, so I don't know if they've, really gone to the extent of these materials all also being compostable. It'd be interesting to know. Inside of this, You've got this little replacement top that has the information, the instructions, things like that on it that you can take out and replace just like this one. It's the same thing. Very satisfying. And then they have all of the tablets in here. I think they've got the same language thing on this. Overall, I'm gonna trust, without digging super deep into their materials, that they've actually done this compostability studies and things like that. There's one interesting thing I think is worth mentioning on this pouch. And this is this little label right down here. It says, "This package for households without young children." Not just like keep out of reach of children. They're saying if you've got kids in the house, don't buy it, because it is not child resistant. And so that's obviously a challenge that they have. And it says it here again on the back, package not child resistant. So I'm sure they looked at some options. It's really hard. Can be done, but getting into zippers and things like that have child resistance, we've done some design around that in the past, and it can be done, but it's not easy. Overall, I think they've done a really good job. They've built a beautiful package. They've made some really interesting, some good decisions, a couple of interesting decisions, but yeah, it's cool to see how they've come to life in a brick and mortar environment. If you've seen this with other brands, especially in this kind of over-the-counter space, let us know in the comments below, and yeah, we'll check them out in a future video. With that, I'm out. Take a pill. That's it. The end. Thanks for watching.